quickly see him come out of the game.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Jones checked in for Cleveland. Miller kicks to James. Villanueva with the steal. And there's Devin Harris on the assist by Villanueva.
Didn't really try to take on the D by himself. I like that. Very unselfish play.
The Cavaliers trail by 3. Dellavedova kicks to Miller. On the wing, Jones. James right side. Back to Jones. He gets it up and released it in time, but it's off the mark. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for the Mavericks?
They come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So on the floor for Cleveland, LeBron and Thompson are up front. J.R. Smith out there with Matthew Dellavedova. And it's Jones in at the small forward position. And it's good, assisting on the play with Dellavedova. Jones has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. The Mavericks leading. Barea kicks to Harris. He feeds it to Nowitzki. Misses from short range. J.R. Smith 2 years ago, 6th man of the year, Steve, and he signed a nice multi-year extension.
Yeah, but his struggles in the playoffs were a sign of things to come. He was suspended to start last season, and knee surgery in the offseason really pushed him back in terms of conditioning and rhythm.
The Mavericks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. And Matthew Dellavedova is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks with some changes. Tyson Chandler, he's checked in for Stoudemire. Ellis comes in for Devin Harris. Rajon Rondo subbed in for J.J. Barea. Again, the miss by Nowitzki.
You know, they haven't been able to open up a big lead, but the rebounds are starting to add up for them. They may be able to pull away a little bit.
Yeah, they've been doing the dirty work inside, Steve, playing a very tough brand of basketball.
Time now for an injury report. And now Doris Burke has an update for us on Iman Shumpert. Doris, what's the news?
Thanks, Kevin. I just talked with the Cavaliers' head athletic trainer. A very somber tone over here on the sideline, guys. It does not look to be good news at all. The schedule becomes a real grind at this time of the year, and that injury is only going to make things harder on this team. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for the update. We appreciate it, and we really hope for the best as always.
Well, knowing him, Kevin, I'll bet he can put it behind him as quickly as possible.
Let's hope so, Steve. I know everybody's looking forward to seeing him back out there.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thank you, Kevin. As everyone knows, Amari Stoudemire has had to battle back from his share of numerous injuries, and he switched to a vegan diet in order to help stay healthy. He said it was tough, and when asked which foods he missed the most, he said, "I love chicken, and I love Chilean sea bass. I missed it, but I wanted to stay strong." Guys?
Interesting. Thanks, Doris. And the Cavaliers with some changes. Mozgov comes in for Tristan Thompson. And Irving subbed in for Matthew Dellavedova. Parsons checked in for the Mavericks. Now here's James. Irving passes to Jones. Irving kicks to Jones. Smith left side. 6 on the shot clock. And that misses. That would have put him up. For Dallas, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far.
It's interesting that the Mavs almost exclusively built through free agency. They make draft picks, but they always seem to have a hand in free agency come July.
Well, Clark, you look back at some of the big names they were rumored to be in on. Like Deron Williams and Dwight Howard, those two names come to mind.
And they missed out on them, but they've always been very good about remaining flexible when they need to be with the salary cap.
Well, last year LeBron mentioned that he was jealous of Durant's shot totals. Just an offhanded remark by him, but it did open up some speculation by what he meant.
Now here's Parsons. Lets it go from the wing. Goes back up, and Nowitzki puts it in. Nowitzki's got 4 points in the quarter.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
James, no good. And you know that remark by LeBron, people weren't sure if that was a backhanded jab at KD or if he was just pointing out how he is able to score without having to be a bulk shooter.
Well, one thing is for sure, I'm not exactly sure of what his comments, how you should interpret them, but LeBron was very aware of what Durant was doing last year, and he even admitted to having KD's stats sent to his phone after every game, so he was keeping track of it.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Miller's checked in. Here's Irving. Puts up the baby hook. Here's Mozgov. Makes it off the glass. Mozgov's got 6.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And I would continue to do it. You know, force the defense to maybe send a double team. Now you've got other options to work with offensively.
Rejected by Irving. And they get it back. Rondo dishes to Nowitzki. And the powerful one-handed slam.
You know, the dunks are few and far between for the big guy, but every once in a while we get one just like that.
It's not hard to believe that kind of size might keep you from being a high flyer.
Yeah, that's a lot of man right there to try to get up off the ground, Kane.
There it is, guys. That Olay defense. Just watching him go, Clark, right by.
I think we might be seeing which team is ready to take control of this game.
Yeah, that's a dunk that could absolutely get them going. I agree, Clark.
That's out of bounds to the Cavaliers as Cleveland retains possession. Richard Jefferson. He's checked in for Dirk Nowitzki. Here's Irving. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Mozgov, good, and the assist goes to Irving.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
The Mavericks trailer. Rondo with it. He's picked up by Irving. Shot, high post. Outside for Jefferson. And he drops that one in.
Great interplay there between those two teammates.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Irving kicks to Smith. Here's James. That's good. James has got the lead back up to 1 now for the Cavs.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
Yeah, and until they do, the problems inside are only going to get worse.
Now here's Jefferson. Can't hit from in close.
He's always going to have a difficult time finishing when the defense is in his face like that.
On the wing, Miller. Irving attacking. Pass to James. Back to Irving. 6 to shoot. Fader on the way, but he gets it back. Another shot. Tries yet again. Mozgov with the bucket. Mozgov's got 12 in the game.
And as the game has gone along, they've gotten much more aggressive on the offensive boards.
You know, crashing the boards is really an effort thing. It's an attitude and effort thing. And if teams get tired, they usually take a break on crashing the boards. But they've done just the opposite here.
Shot clock is off. This should be the last possession of the quarter.
That's what they should have in mind here.
The drive by LeBron. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Both teams deciding to change it up.
13 seconds on the shot. 13. Substitution on the court.
Barea kicks to Harris. And the 3 off target. Close game as we wrap up the second quarter.
Gentlemen, I'm over here with Tristan Thompson, and after that...
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
Check out the game from Moscow. 12 points, and he was able to come up with 1 steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
On the floor for Dallas, the forwards are Parsons and Dirk. Rajon Rondo is out there with Ellis, and it's Chandler in at the pivot spot manning the middle. Well, the Cavaliers largely underachieved last season. A big part of that was constantly dealing with distractions the entire season, it seems.
Yeah, it certainly appeared that way. It was always something with players fighting in-house or items getting leaked to the media and causing things to get stirred up. It's very hard when those distractions are circulating for you to be effective.
Rondo drives in. Here's Nowitzki. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Nice work to get inside and draw the foul.
Yeah, it's obvious. The defense not going to allow many easy layups. They're going to make you earn it from the line.
2 shots.
And with Cleveland, it was just a train of events that led to the bad environment between players getting into it with each other and saying they wanted out of Cleveland. Some players saying it was about their brand and nothing else. They did everything they could do to get things in order this summer and did a pretty good job at it.
On better footing now for sure. And for the Cavs, they needed to have a big change in culture. And they seemingly did that with bringing LeBron back into the fold and hiring Black. You can expect them to be solely focused on winning games this season.
Ellis, the pass to Parsons. Nowitzki draws the double. And Rondo with the basket on the assist by Nowitzki. 8 points for Rajon Rondo.
And that's how you have to attack the double team. Find the open man, get the ball out of your hands.
Out to Smith. For the 3. That's good.
How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick 3 of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back and forth sequence right there.
Now here's Rondo. He's got 8. Fader on the way. They get the rebound. Rejected by Irving. Outside for Rondo. Another 3 for Dallas.
You know, their three-point shooting since halftime is about as good as you could possibly ask for, guys.
Now's the time to put the pedal to the metal, boys. Keep firing those deep balls and build that lead up.
Here's Irving. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Well, Clark, a bit of a down year shooting-wise for Kyrie Irving last season.
Yeah, it sure was, and you heard some sources within the Cavs organization questioning his leadership, too. The chemistry in Cleveland, not really where it needed to be. Kind of a mess all season, quite honestly. And Irving is still young and has a lot on his shoulders and maybe started to show some of the frustration with the expectations and demands that have been placed on him. But now, you know, as he continues to grow as a leader, having LeBron James there and some other veterans who've come in should really help smooth that out for the young standout.
Nowitzki, good.
Assist goes to Chandler Parsons.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. The drive by James. The shot is off. Nice D from Chandler.
Well, still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. The offensive rebound, Thompson. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
The drive by James.
Oh, my goodness. What a huge play.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatic.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
I'm with you, Kevin. You can't fault him for that. I mean, just let him go. Who cares?
James Jones, who's checked in for Mozgov. And Steve, this game has a lot of character here in the third period.
Yeah, you know what, guys? I love seeing this type of action. A competitive, compelling matchup. A lot of lead changes here so far.
Yeah, 6 in total, Clark. So this has been a great game. Both teams playing hard and really competing out there.
Thompson with the bucket.
That was some skill there. Nice use of the bounce pass.
Dallas has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Everything appeared to be lined up for Cleveland to get back into the playoffs last year, but that just wasn't the case. A lot of what-ifs for them last season.
And with another top pick on the roster, Kevin, and a youthful team,